Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode, which I say that every time, of Dice and Dudes. Thank you very much for joining us. Today, it's just a laid back, kickback kind of thing. We're going to be leveling up some characters for the upcoming Alice in Wonderland style one shot. The people we're going to be leveling up today, so the dudes who are present today are one Sonia
Hello.
and Vince.
Hey guys, what's up?
So Sonya's going to be leveling up Satine from the Eonos Chosen one shot series, and Vince is going to be leveling up Torin from that Torian from the same series. So they're going to be leveling from level 9 to level 18. So that's why we're not doing everybody like in the same stream how we did last time. We're going to be doing them all kind of separately. We're going to be doing like two, and two. We're going to try to keep it like that because there's a lot of information that we're going to be throwing through. Now, we're not going to be doing all of the magical items right now, but there's going to be a lot of magical items that we're going to be adding to these characters as we go along. So I think today we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with Satine. That's what we decided, right?
Yes, it is.
I am dumb. We don't have a sponsor for today's episode. Obviously, is we're just kind of hanging out and talking. But we actually do have a little bit of news. No date on when we're going to be doing the Alice in Wonderland one shot yet, because we do want to do that one in our old studio once the quarantine's lifted. But we will be finishing this Wednesday. We'll be finishing the Escape from the Roaring Mines. Excuse me. We will be finishing that up from Limitless Encounters. Uh, they do have a Kickstarter up right now for a DM less. So you don't need a DM, and it's an adventure for 6 level characters. Pretty freaking cool from what I was looking into it. I actually backed it myself because I like it so much. They're You got 17 days left, and they're like $20 away from hitting their goal. Last time I checked earlier today. So if you check it out, if you like it, it's at just Google uh, Kickstarter Limitless Adventures, and that'll be the first thing that pops up. It's their only active Kickstarter. So get on there if you can. Throw them a few bones. That way you can get access to this adventure, and maybe just maybe we'll run this on the channel. We'll see how that goes. Um, we would probably like to start doing a little more with Limitless Adventures if we can in the future, but that's still in the works right now. So don't really have anything to announce on that yet. The other thing is that our good friends Lindy and Corey over at Game Vault were able to get all of their um, inspections and everything else finished up. So El Paso now, or El Paso, Texas, because there's multiple El Pasos, but El Paso, Texas now has its first official board game cafe. So, and that is going to be Game Vault. So, congratulations to Lindy and Corey. You guys, I know it's been a long time, a long road. So, thank you guys very, very much for sticking it out. I really appreciate that since I'm there almost every Sunday when there's no quarantine playing board games, and it'd be nice to be able to buy some good food without having to, go leave the premises or pay out the nose for Uber Eats or anything like that. I think that's going to go ahead and do it for our announcements today. We may have a couple of other people popping in later on, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this started right now. We're only going to be doing the two characters tonight. Uh, I do have chat open since I'm not making most of the decisions. I'm just here to answer questions and give a little bit of input. It's mainly going to be Vince and Sonia doing this thing. So I'll be answering questions and stuff like that and posing questions from chat. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, definitely hit us up, please. I know we only got two people in the chat right now, so but if you guys got questions, hit us up. All right, so let's go ahead and start with Satine.
Alrighty. Sonia, where do you want to start? David said we are going to go
A
level by
couple of things that
level.
we're gonna. Sorry, don't mean to interrupt, but a couple of
You're
things
good.
we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing this level by level to make life easy for all of us, including the guys who are making these characters. We're gonna go level by level. So every level, I have your hit points here. We'll have you roll your hit points every level, and I'll just keep noting down your new hit point total, and we'll add the hit point total at the end. Sound good, guys?
Sounds good, man.
Alrighty.
All right, Sonia. So what are we going to do for level 10?
I'm thinking of just adding that as another fighter class level.
Alrighty. So from level 9 to level 10 of fighter. And D&D Beyond is mad at me.
Why?
That is amazing. I don't know, but it gave me an error code.
Oh no.
Right? I was like, I got this. And then I didn't have it.
And then
So
you didn't have it.
let's go ahead and reload Satine and see if we can get some editing going on. All right, so we are on class level 10 error code. Error code 403.
You both might not be able to have it open at the same time.
I
Oh,
don't have her open. I have the rule book open.
that is amazing. All right, let's try this again. All right,
That is something special.
for once upon a time, this is not me.
Hey, that's good.
All right, so let's look at class. There we go. Go to class. Thank you. Level 10 and another error code. That is, I got nothing for it. Man, I'm very confused.
So still another error code.
I'm going to try a different character real
Um,
quick and see if it clears it out. Or
Yeah,
I'm going to try
I just closed out mine because I was on it too. So I just closed out mine. Let's see if that helps.
another error code. The exact same error code.
You might have to restart your D&D Beyond.
Alrighty. Let me see if it'll let me edit Torian real quick. That might actually see if that'll clear out the mess. So let's go from level 5 to level 6 on Paladin. It's letting me edit Torian, so do we want to go ahead and do Torian real quick?
Yeah, let's go and do Torian real quick. That'll give Sonya some time to look at some of her level up stuff too.
Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and take a level of Paladin as my 10th level class. Class features that come with Paladin at level 6 is going to be Aura of Protection. It lets me go ahead and give my Charisma modifier to anybody within 10 feet of me when they make a saving throw. And if I made it to 18th level in Paladin, which is pretty much impossible since I already have 4 levels of Barbarian, it would extend to 30 feet. So right now it's just me and people right up on my side. Then what dice do we roll for that hit die, David? That's a D10, right?
D10 for fighters and D12s for barbarian.
Alrighty, so here comes that D10 roll. And I got a 1. Yeah.
So that is what level is this? Are we doing 10?
Yeah.
So 10 is an even number, so that is 6.
Alright, so that'll give me 6 hit points.
So, what's your your con modifier?
The con modifier for Torian should be +2.
Okay, so that's 8. Alrighty.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So from level 10, we're going to go to level 11. I'm going to go ahead and do another level of Paladin, which makes him a 7th level Paladin. At that level, you get Relentless Avenger from the Oath of Vengeance. Whenever I hit a creature with an opportunity attack, I can move up to half my speed immediately as part of the same reaction. This does not provoke opportunity attacks.
Very nice. So you were able to just chase down that one guy that you hate, that one guy in particular.
Yep. All right. And keep him in contact and to keep my friends safe, which was what we were really hoping for with this character.
Yeah.
All right. So next level is going to come up is going to be level 8.
Oh, don't forget to roll your hit points real quick.
Ah, yes. So previous level. Here comes another roll D10. Let's hope it's better than the last one. Come on, Avery, help me out here.
Hey,
8.
you
There
go.
we go. So that's another 10.
Yep.
All right. So going on to level 12. We're going to rock it up with Paladin again because that's one of those wonderful ability score levels. Now, Sonia, I'm going to ask your opinion here. I'm looking at grabbing a third class for Torian. I'm sitting between fighter and cleric. What do you think?
Hey, Sally, how you doing? We are just doing some character leveling today for an upcoming one shot that I need to actually sit down and have a conversation with you about sometime. But
Hey,
we'll get to
Sally.
that. But we'll get to that.
Eh, Stop interrupting. I'm joking. Don't kill my character. Anyways, Vince,
Which one?
I was thinking I really like cleric. The war cleric thing is really awesome, but fighter's really good too. It's
What was that?
I like both options that you're choosing. War cleric is an amazing option for you, along with just fighter. It is a really tough choice.
All right, so what we come down to on this one is the party going to take more short rests, or are we going to be our usual impulsive selves and not rest at all?
We are, very impulsive, but hopefully we take more short rests. I'm hoping that
Because
would be good
if we
because that
play
way
it
it resets my
smart,
stuff.
if we play it smart, it'll reset my stuff. So I'm going to think about that for a minute, and let's see if we can get Satine to level up real quick, since I have had D&D Beyond run a few things. So we are going
Here's
to
hoping, right?
go to View, and then we're going to come over here and edit character. And we're already on class. Come on, level 10. Yes! It's a winner. All right, so what are we
Very
doing for
nice.
level 10 of Satine?
Fighter, I want that fourth arcane shot option.
All right, and what are we going to take for that level 10 arcane shot option?
Let me look because they have quite a bit.
Oh,
So
guys, make sure you roll your hit points in the role play chat so that way everybody can see it.
that's where. Oh,
Oh,
was I rolling mine in the cast chat?
Yeah, you rolled it in cast. It's all good, though. It's all good.
Because I'm a genius. All right. So I have switched over to role play. And the next couple levels will be up. Glad I only did that for like 2 levels.
Right?
okay. Can you see what my other arrows are?
So you can pick Banishing Arrow, Beguiling Arrow, Enfeebling Arrow, Grasping Arrow, or Piercing Arrow. Those are the ones that are left. The three you already have are Shadow, Seeking, and Bursting.
Let's go with banishing.
Banishing Arrow.
That's a
Alrighty.
good one.
That's locked
Hmm,
in.
I like it.
And do you want to go ahead and roll your hit points?
Yes, let me go ahead
Do
and
it,
get
turret.
that. Go.
D10.
Roll d10. 7. Nice.
Okay. And what is your con modifier?
Satine's current con modifier
Vince would
is
know.
+2.
Okay, so that is another 9. Very nice.
Alrighty, so where are we going for level 11 for Satine?
For that one, I do need some advice because I was thinking between going ranger, adding to that. That's a possibility, but that's more a fluff, like a fluff reason for that one. Possibly also druid was another one.
Okay. Was Druid fluffy?
No, but I think it adds like the spells and stuff. So just extra support for the party.
Okay.
What's your wisdom score?
I don't know.
14.
And that's all that information.
Currently, she has a 14 wisdom.
So not bad for a ranger or a druid, and you meet the prerequisites for both.
I'm sorry, it's a 15. So it would be pretty easy to feat that up to a 16 or higher.
Yeah, you can get that up pretty easily. So that depends. Do you want to have some spellcasting ability, or do you want to just stick with your pew pew die die?
I think maybe some spellcasting ability, because the original character that this is based on did have,
Yeah, she had a little bit, but not much. She was mainly about the shooty shooty die die.
Yeah,
which is why I was more of like ranger, because they do get spells.
depending on how many levels of ranger you take, you would get a few spells from that.
If I do it, it would be 8 levels,
You do full 8 because if
possibly.
you go up to level 12 for fighter, I think you get an extra attack and another ability score bump.
You're
Yep.
right. Let's go to 12. Let's do 12.
Alrighty, so going to level 11 for fighter, I'm going to go ahead and click that button.
Go ahead and roll a d10, Sonia.
That will be an 8.
There we go, there we go. Rolling
Wow, you're
much
rolling
better than
pretty
me.
well. That
So,
is another 10.
the only other maintenance for level 11, that extra attack we were talking about, right there. So now you can attack 3 times per attack action. And then, are we going
It
to
is
take it
so
to level
beautiful.
12?
Let's continue this party to 12. I want that
Alrighty.
ability score improvement.
Or a feat. Remember, it can go either way on that one.
Yeah. And if you're wanting to go either ranger or druid, though at this point you're probably better off adding druid as opposed to ranger. I think you get more from druid than you would from ranger.
Well, I was looking at
Sally
Ranger.
wants me to be a Power Ranger,
You're already a power ranger.
Amazing.
right?
I mean, if you guys just had healing, then you would have all of the elements. It could be and make you could make Captain Planet, but you guys never have healing.
I have a little bit of
Well,
healing. I got like
Torian heals.
10 points. Kind of. Maybe. Not really. Alright. So, the two options I see is you can either ability score it for the win, or you can look at a feat that gives you a wisdom ability score bump, which will double up on wisdom and feat happy place. Or you can just go with one of those amazing feats for, anybody.
You already have sharpshooter, which is good. That's one that you would need. You have it, so it doesn't really matter. If you're going to go druid, if you're going to go with a lot of concentration spells, which would probably be good for you, you may want to go warcaster.
Hmm.
But then you wouldn't get the bump to your wisdom, so you
Yeah,
wouldn't have
you
that
would not
plus
get the
3
bump to
ability.
your wisdom.
That is the bad.
Let me see if I'm able to jump on D&D Beyond on my computer without it just blowing everything apart. I'm not using the camera today, so it should be fine.
It should be good. So, looking at feats for you. I'm going to go ahead and open up feats, and
Yeah, I'm going to help out with that too. So let me see if I can see some good ones for you real quick.
so alert is always useful. We all love
Yes.
alert. Dual wielder is not useful. Durable adds hit points. Everybody loves the hit points. Healer actually might be a useful feat.
Healer could be very good for this party, because then you're getting to use your healer's kit
You know, you
as healing.
you can still multi-class without any of that, but you can use your healer's kit as healing.
Yeah.
So that might negate some of that need for healing if you wanted to dip into ranger instead of druid.
Yeah, if you just wanted to stick with fighter, you could be a fighter that's also taking combat lifesaver.
Medium armor master is out there if you want to bump up that AC a little bit. I don't know if are you wearing light or heavy.
Pretty sure I'm wearing light.
Light. Yeah,
Okay.
she wears light because she has such a high dexterity.
So there's nothing there really. We've got tough, not a bad choice, but not really there. Wood elf magic. I'm not sure what that feat does. So let's look at it. That's pretty awesome. So you
Yeah.
get a cantrip of your choice. You learn Longstrider and Pass Without Trace which you can cast once without expending a spell slot, and you use Wisdom to cast them. So it's basically three free spells per long rest, while cantrips cantrip whenever, you know.
Yeah.
Observant might actually be pretty good for your character. You get to bump.
Observant would be pretty good because the bump to wisdom and then just noticing your environment's really nice.
It gives you a +5 passive perception.
Yeah. And if you can see a creature's mouth while it's speaking, then you can read its lips.
So I mean, +5 to passive perception and passive intelligence is pretty awesome. That's like expertise on passive perception. With as much as David likes to ambush us,
Yeah, that is true. And since you guys tend to build for your passive scores, I do make your passive scores matter.
I don't build for him, but I did pick a magic
Well, no,
item
I mean
for
not you two
it.
specifically. I mean like members of the group build for it,
Oh
so I
yeah,
like to make those matter. So it's like unless you tell me I'm looking for something, you're using passive.
yeah. That to be
Which I mean,
Yeah.
fair, this
when
tendency
the
is
enemies roll bad enough.
yeah. Your tendency to do this is why I picked that great sort of alarm, man.
Yes.
It's like no ambushing me because my
Well, that's the
intelligence
thing is
sucks.
you guys love to ambush things too, because ambushing's great. Every
Yeah,
time you can ambush, you want to ambush.
free attack is amazing.
Yep. So what do you think, Sonny? You think an observant looks good if you want to go with druid, or do you just want to go with the healer feat? You don't get any bonuses to anything else, but you get the healer feat, and you could stick fighter. So at least when you're during a short rest, you could be spending that healer's kit to try to heal people up.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. That
Well,
wouldn't be so bad, and it does help the party out.
It does.
I mean, if you want the spells, go druid. It really is play the character the way you want to do it. But I think healer is a really good way to get the DPS from ranger and add the healing to it, or just to go pure fighter.
Yeah, I would say I would say ranger's not going to be super useful unless you want to get like monster hunter or one of those things. Like those aren't bad. But I wouldn't. If you're going to dip into ranger, you need 3 levels
That's what
to get anything useful.
what I
That's
was
what I was
thinking.
thinking, maybe 6 levels of ranger, if I do.
You could do 6. You could
You
also
get some pretty
just
decent stuff.
yeah, and you can just look at what happens when you go along the fighter chain, and if there's nothing useful at a certain fighter level, start dipping somewhere else.
Yeah, so like let's look at your fighter and let's see what you want to do.
Because if I
Okay,
remember
so like
right,
at 13th you get indomitable, which is great to just pass the save.
there's nothing good
Then
for
you
fighter
get
after
another
13.
feature at 15. I'm sorry?
If I remember right, after 15, there's nothing good for fighter, and even
Well,
15 is kind of
you get 2 uses of action surge at 17, and then at 18 you would get your last archetype feature.
if you went full 18.
Yeah, if you went the full 18. So I mean, you could action surge twice every fight, which for you at this point would be in 2 rounds you could have 12 attacks.
There, yeah. There's no. It's not showing anything at 18 for fighter. At 15, she
Yeah,
gets ever ready shot.
yeah. It's just the archetype, which her ever ready shot. Let me see.
If she's expended all of her arrow uses, she gets one back at the start of a combat.
Okay, yeah. So you'll always have one, which isn't bad.
I mean, if it was me, I might just go to 14 and then switch over if you wanted ranger,
Yeah, I mean you could go 14 and 4, or if
or
you want to go druid, 14 and 4 druid.
13 and 5. But then you're
Or yeah,
missing
or
that ability
13
score
and
at 14 for fighter.
Yeah, 13 and 5 would be nice because then that's third level spells if you go druid.
Yeah. So you get third level spells, but if you do 14-4, you get another ability score improvement, which would give you a +4 on your spellcasting ability,
Yeah, I'd
depending
say
on
the
what
high
you
level
pick.
spells may be more useful though.
I think third level spells are always
So
useful.
let's do the 13
Okay.
then fighter, and then we can go into.
So did you want to go with the
You
feat
cut off.
for your 12th level ability score bump?
If I just go with the ability score, I get it goes up anyway.
You're gonna get a +1. You're gonna bump your modifier either way. You'll either go from 15 to 16, or 15 to 17 if you put it in wisdom.
Does she have a 15 con?
No, it's a 14. So her abilities
Okay.
are as follows: Strength 10, Dex 14, Strength 10, Dex 17, Con 14, Intelligence 12, Wisdom 15, Charisma 10. So if she went ability score, she could bump her Dex and her Wisdom modifiers up.
That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do.
Let's do that.
Alrighty. So we
I'm
are
going to step away for a second, okay?
okay. So what are we gonna do at level 13, Sonia?
I thought we were doing fighter at 13.
Alrighty. Well, I just had to ask. Not Constitution.
So I need to roll
Dexterity.
again, right?
Yes, you would. And we're going to level 13. And what do we get for hit points for you?
Ha! I rolled a 10.
Oh, I hate you sometimes.
Yeah, but this doesn't happen in combat. And watch now.
So, sadly, that is the extent of what you need to do to level up Satine at 13. There is no other choices to be made. Except for which way are we going for level 14? Are you going to add a class or are you going to get that ability score bump?
I say let's do druid.
You want to do Druid? That's where we're going?
I want to do.
Alrighty. The lady has made her choice. We are adding another class. Going once, going twice, Druid. Confirm adding the class. So we have done level 1 of Druid. So you're going to need to roll a d8 for the hit points here.
Okay. Yeah, I rolled a 6.
Excellent. And that's pretty much all you got to do right now.
Ooh, I get spells. Oh
So
yeah.
you're going to get to pick 2 cantrips, and you'll get more at a higher level. And then, doesn't look like you're going to get any other spells at this moment. So at first level, you are going to
Okay.
have 2 cantrips.
Alrighty.
So what cantrips are we going to go with?
What are my options?
Control flames, create bonfire, druidcraft, frostbite, guidance, gust, infestation, magic stone, mending, mold earth, poison spray, primal savagery, which sounds cool, just sounds cool. Produce flame, resistance, shape water, shillelagh, thorn whip, thunderclap, absorb elements, animal friendship, bee spawn, charm person, create or destroy water. No, we're in the first levels now. So thunderclap would be the last available cantrip.
What do you think?
I mean, let's see what primal savagery does, because that just sounds cool.
It does. It sounds really cool.
Nice. So you make a melee attack against a creature within 5 feet of you. On a hit, you do 1d10 acid damage. And if you make it up to the 5th level, it'll be 2d10 acid damage.
I don't do close combat though.
Alrighty. So let's look at guidance. D4 to add, roll a D4 and add it to an ability check of their choice as a cantrip.
That it wouldn't be bad.
We do a lot of ability checks in this group.
That we do.
You want to go ahead and do that one?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that one.
Alrighty. You now have cantrip. Druidcraft. Let's see what that does. Druidcraft is basically prestidigitation for druids. You can make flowers bloom. You can cause harmless sensory effects. Instantly light or snuff out a candle, torch, or small campfire. Or predict what the weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours.
I think I can do that as it is with the Arcane Archer, actually, or because of
So,
my background.
probably not a good call.
Yeah, no.
Alrighty. Thunderclap?
Yeah, we could do Thunderclap.
It's every creature within range other than you has to pass a con save or take 2d6 thunder damage if you go all the way up to 5th level.
Yeah,
And it's a
let's go ahead
5
and do
foot.
that.
It's a 5 foot thingy.
You guys looking at Druid right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it looks like she's gonna do thunderclap
Mhm.
and guidance for her cantrips, and
Very
then
nice.
D&D Beyond is a little fuzzy. Does she get a first level spell? At
She does. But
I get
well,
2.
yeah,
aha.
she has to. It's just she won't do that until she's actually on the character sheet because she has access to every spell in her list.
Okie dokie. So let's go ahead and look at our next class level.
The big thing is I'm wondering which of the circles she's gonna take.
Did she roll her d8?
All right, so for first level, it was a 6,
Alrighty.
and I'm rolling second level right now.
Okay, so we're gonna stick on this druidic
It's
path.
another 6.
Not bad off of a d8. Getting jealous. Getting
I'm
jealous.
sorry, Vince.
It's okay. So at this level, you're gonna get wild shape, and you are going to get your druid circle. Which one are we gonna go with here?
Okay, so do I have to pick a wild shape form or not yet?
No,
No, you can
no,
do
no.
any animal you've seen.
Yeah, you can do any animal within like a certain range depending on your druid level.
Okay.
My
Uh,
recommendation for you would most likely be Circle of the Land.
I'm gonna go with David on this one because I haven't looked at any of this stuff.
Yeah,
But
the Circle of the Land is really good. You get a bonus cantrip. At second level, you can like recover a spell during a short rest, like wizards do. Um, then you get circle spells that are pretty cool. Uh, your circle spells, like you have to choose, like, do you want to be one of the Arctic, of the coast, of the desert? Like you pick a type of land, and that like will give you your spell types, and then you won't make it to sixth level because you're only going to get that fifth level. But at sixth level, none of it would affect your or the your chosen land would, and regular non-magical difficult terrain would not impede your movement. So you'd have no extra movement. You can just walk right through that stuff.
well, she could do 6th level if she didn't do 13th level fighter.
That's true.
If you'd let her do that,
Hmm.
because she hadn't looked at druid.
That is true.
Right
That
now,
depends on. Do you
I'm
really want Landstride, or would you rather have the fighter stuff?
Fighter at 13th level, if I remember right, didn't really get much, did they?
I think it was more like the ability.
I didn't
I
see
think
any.
that's what I got.
No, that's 12 is the ability.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. Yeah, 12 was it. I think it
action.
was just like the action surge.
That's not
No.
till 17th.
Yeah.
There's no real reason to take level 13 in fighter that I can see. Can you see anything, David?
I mean, extra hit points. She rolled pretty well, so it
Yeah.
sucked for her to have to re-roll
I
that.
Yeah, because I got that 10 on it.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can gamble
Mm.
on the hit points and get Landstrider. Don't know if
Yeah,
that's worth
yeah.
it.
If you want Landstrider, it's not bad.
Then
Like,
let's go ahead and go back to 12 levels in fighter and then
oh no,
the remainder.
13th you get Indomitable.
Oh, that's what it
That's
was.
really good because you get two uses that are just automatic
That's ninth
save
level.
on you. No, you get two uses at
Oh, you
13.
get the second use at 13.
Yeah. I mean, that's two saving throws that you're just, nope, I'm good.
So do you want that second use of Indomitable?
Yeah, let's look right
All right. So at 6th level
now.
for
So
druids, it's actually not showing much
At
there.
at 6th level druid, all you're gonna get is Landstride. You'll get one more spell slot at 6th level. So you have to decide: do you want an extra use of Indomitable, or do you want to have Landstride and one extra spell?
I mean, that's rough. I mean, is it a
It is
what level spell is it?
third, I think. Pretty sure it's a third level spell.
where are you guys seeing land? Oh wait, I see it.
Oh, by the way,
Oh, what circle
you
did you
got
go with?
you guys found four
I'll go with
manuals.
the.
Uh, yeah, you guys found four manuals in this dragon's hoard worth of treasure that you guys took out of this place.
Okay.
Uh, one of them was for dexterity, which would probably want to go to Satine.
Yeah, we don't have a rogue, do we?
You do not.
That's all mine.
All right. I'm down with it. We'd probably double. Should ask the other guys, but we're on the chat and they're not.
It'd be cool.
All right. So what circle are we going to go with at this level?
Let's go ahead and go circle of the land with forest being the one.
Circle of the
That's
land,
for fluff
forest.
reason.
Of course. What bonus cantrip do you want? It adds mending to your list, and magic stones there. But mending's pretty cool.
Mending is
You
a
know,
very
let's
good
do
cantrip.
mending.
Alrighty. Um. So there we go. Yeah, land stride comes in at 6th level, and it lets you move through non-magical difficult terrain for free, and you can move through plants without being slowed.
Yeah, and you don't take any damage from like
Thorns
thorns
and
and stuff.
stuff. You also
Whoa,
get.
whoa, wait.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Hold on. Is this
Yeah.
what that gnome did in our last campaign? The gnome druid?
No, that was a
Landstride?
druid
Yeah,
spell.
yeah, he was the circle of land.
Yes. This is definitely what we're doing.
You also get saving throws against magical plants. Advantage on it. So, like, if
Yes.
somebody hits you with entangle, you have advantage on that saving throw.
Yeah, we're definitely doing this.
So you don't
So
want
Yes.
you. You're gonna
so
ditch
you do
the.
want. Okay, so we're gonna drop one level of fighter.
Alrighty.
Yep. So let me go ahead and roll another d8. Go ahead and take off that 10. Oh, I miss it, but we'll take.
How'd she do?
Let me see. A
Aw, I rolled a
five.
5.
And this is level 13, so yeah, that's a five. Well, no, it's a D8, so yeah, it's a five no
It's
matter
a
what.
5 either way. Alrighty. So we've got that second level of druid locked in. I assume we're gonna continue along the chain and go to level 3 druid. Yes.
Yes.
Alrighty. Level 3 druid, there aren't really any choices you have to make, but you will pick up circle spells. So at level 3
Mhm.
for forest, you are going to gain bark skin and spider climb.
Very fluffy stuff.
Fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. Alrighty. So those are your circle spells. I think they work about the same way as domain spells work. I could be wrong. And
Yeah, but yeah, you always have those meditated.
now level 4 druid. Oh, did you roll your hit points for level 3?
Let's see. Yes, that was the 5. So I have 3 d8 rolls there. So I have a 6, a 6, and
Alright, so we're going to need a fourth d8 roll now.
Okay, I gotta redo Satine's little sheet here real quick since she changed her level.
that's an 8.
Nice.
so that
So,
HP or hit points is an 8. I'm
at
very happy.
level 4, we're going to get a couple cool things for you. You're going to get the ability to wild shape into things with swim speeds and a max challenge
Ooh.
rating of 1/2.
Okay. Hold on 1 second, guys. So, Sonia, your level 10 was a roll of a 7. Your level 11 was a roll of an 8. Your level 12 was a roll of a 10.
Mm,
And then so we'd lose.
So she hadn't rolled level 13 hit points.
She hadn't rolled level 13 hit points yet.
Alrighty.
So I don't have to change anything, but I already erased everything. So
oh,
I got to redo it. All right, you guys keep going. I'm gonna get this.
All right. So you got that. You picked up a. You've got natural recovery, so you can choose expended spell slots to recover during a short rest with a combined level that is equal to or less than half your druid level, and none of them can be 6th level or higher once per long rest. So it's basically like arcane recovery, only druidy things.
which I like.
It's
It's
actually
very
really
nice.
cool that you decided to go to level 6 druid because now you can use arcane recovery on a 3rd level spell or nature natural recovery, whatever.
Yep.
Alrighty, and you got a wild shape improvement. We already talked about that, and you got another ability score improvement. So what are we gonna do with this one?
And she's currently at level 16, right, by my count.
Yes, sir.
All
12
right.
levels in fighter and 4 levels in druid. So Sonia,
Are we
what are
thinking Warcaster then?
well? I
Um,
mean,
I would say this: if you want to take the ability score improvement, then taking 2 points into your wisdom would bump your wisdom up to an 18,
what does the
which would
manual
be
of
really nice.
dexterity raise your score by?
Oh, right now I wouldn't raise her dex any higher than it is because if she gets the manual, that's 2 points to hers, and the manual can't take you above 20.
That was the question: was is it gonna raise her dex? So if the manual raises her dex, then just put it in wisdom and call it a day.
Okay, let's raise their wisdom.
I mean, I would either go that or Warcaster, but I think having a +1 to all your casting and your
Yeah,
DCs much better.
yeah, and I don't think it's a very strong possibility of anybody trying to take the dex tome away from you. You guys found a wisdom tome, a dex tome, an intelligence tome, and a strength tome.
So basically,
Guess
I'm
what
not going to
Torian's
use.
taking?
I can't. I have a 20 strength.
Yeah, he's already got a 20.
I
But
meant
you
like the
guys did
wisdom.
find a belt of giant strength in there, so
Did we?
Ooh.
yes, you did. I need to give you guys the list,
Already.
which is actually what I'm currently working on. It is a lot. This is probably the biggest horde I've given out in a single game in a while, but it also takes a lot of the pressure off me to give you guys out more
Did the
magical
stream end?
items up to 18.
Sounds good. Alrighty. So we just improved your wisdom scores twice, and now we're on to our level 5 of druid. I'm assuming. Sonia.
Yeah, sorry. My phone was being weird and saying the stream ended. And I was like,
Yeah,
I don't think the stream has ended.
let's. Oh, yeah, no, it didn't.
no,
I
no,
was just.
it's not. It's
It's
on.
just
I'm watching it.
I had a minor freak out and flipped back over to the stream real quick. All right. So, level 5 druid, we're going to go ahead and get a new circle spell, which is going to be you will now forever have memorized Sleet Storm and nope, that's the wrong one. Please ignore me. You'll now have Call Lightning and Plant Growth memorized for the Evers.
I like that. Also, I have a 6 for my hit point.
You rolled a 6.
Yep, says 6.
I was asking because you have your con modifier, remember?
Oh, yeah, sorry. But yes, I rolled a 6.
Alrighty. And there's nothing else management wise we need to do here. So let's go ahead and hit that mighty level 6 for Druid. And you're going to pick up Land Stride. You're going to have your spells, and that's going to be about it. So if you want to roll that last hit point,
Oh, I did. I rolled a one.
So
Good
that's a
luck.
4.
but it's an even level, so you get that
Yep.
4. Alrighty.
Still,
Okay, Sonia, you're gonna have 158 hit points.
Holy crap.
I like it.
Just
That was some very good rolling.
for a quick overview, you have gained absolutely no healing, it looks like. Is there any healing here?
Wait, I can choose the other spells that I have, right?
Aha, you can. I just saw Cure Wounds. The Druid list is kind of low on healing other than Cure Wounds and Healing Word. So I was a little like, uh-oh.
Well, you do have Spirit of Healing, which is really, really good. It just got nerfed because
So
it's
I'll.
so fucking good.
she's got Healing Spirit, Cure Wounds, Healing Word. Lesser Res is also available. Moonbeam, Pass Without a Trace. I know you love that one.
I really do.
And then for your third level spells, because everybody loves the level 3 stuff, you got Call Lightning, Conjure Animals, Daylight, Dispel Magic, Erupting Earth, Feign Death, Flame Arrows, Meld into Stone, Plant Growth, Protection from Energy, Sleet Storm, Speak with Animals, better have it as a druid, Summon Fey Spirit, Tidal Wave, Wall of Water, Water Breathing, Water Walk, and Wind Wall. Not bad, dude. Not bad at all. Um,
It sounds good. I like
Looks
my
like you get
choices.
to rock 10 prepared spells. And I'm going to go ahead and ask David for which spells you can cast per level.
Oh no, she's not like the wizard. The wizard had spells known. She knows every spell that's on her list.
Yeah, I was
So
going
she
through
has
the whole
10 that
list.
yeah,
But
she can go 10 anything that's on her list.
yeah, yeah.
She could have 10 third level if she really wanted to.
What I was asking was how many spells of each level is she going to be able to cast?
Oh, 3, 4,
Uh
3, 3.
yeah.
So you should actually have like 4 cantrips, shouldn't you?
Well, yeah, with the circle stuff, but the straight up druid at 6 has 3 cantrips, 4 first, 3 second, and 3.
So you got
I
3
agree,
third level
Avar.
spells.
It is fun times all around.
Excellent. All right. So did you go ahead and manage your hit points or should I do it?
You can go ahead and do it, but those were the roll.
Okay. So
What did you said 158?
I'm going to let David go ahead and take care of that or
Yeah, okay,
you.
your rolled hit points are not that. Your rolled hit points are let me see. Give me one sec. I'll come back to that. I'll get you your rolled hit points in just a minute.
You're all good, David. I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next character. And we can take care of the hit points since we already said it's 158, right?
Yep.
Alrighty. So back to Torian. If it will let me go. Alrighty. Torian. Edit. Here we are. Alrighty. Back to class. So right now I'm sitting at level 12 with 8 levels of Paladin and 4 levels of Barbarian. Now, Sonia threw me a curveball going with,
Druid.
that's the word. I swear I can think. So I don't really feel as much pressure to stack up the healing, but I want to know what you guys think. What do you think, David? Should I add some of that cleric loving, or should I
I would
throw
say
in
no.
some
You
fighter?
since you're already a pard what is it
Pardarian?
Paldarian? Yeah, you're or Bardarian, yeah. You're a Paldarian. I would say just buff that. That's what I would do is just buff that as much as you can.
So what I was running into is once you hit the higher levels of Paladin and Barbarian, those last 3 levels, 3 levels aren't really going to gain a whole lot. But with a 3 level dip into fighter, I
Sorry.
get another fighting style, I get an archetype, and I get action surge.
Yeah.
Or with a
I mean,
with a 2 level
it,
dip into cleric, it'll get me up to 2 level 4 spells.
hmm, that's a tough one, man. That really is.
That's where I'm at, but this is the level I have to choose between cleric and fighter because I'd have to start putting wisdom bumps in now.
Uh, I would say, what is your current wisdom?
10.
I would say no. It's not worth it then.
I could get up to 14 because I'll have 2 ability score improvements. And with you throwing that manual in there, I could actually just do it uh, after one ability score improvement.
Yeah.
But yeah, like,
That that that, that's a tough one, my man. That really is.
yeah, the best I could do going up 14 levels of Paladin would be Cleansing Touch, which is cool, but it doesn't increase the DPS.
You could go up higher in Barbarian if you want.
So I looked at Barbarian, and it's actually even skinnier, except for, the extra viciousness and death. So going higher in Barbarian, um,
Well,
I get.
you also got to think about too. You definitely want to hit 11th level in Paladin for the D8 added onto every hit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 100% you want that. For Barbarian, the higher level you go, the more you just get that extra rage damage on top of everything.
That's true. It does improve the rage damage.
And I think it also improves your you're the zealot, right?
Yeah.
So it does improve that as well.
So what happens is if I went 11-7, I would get Feral Instinct, which is advantage on initiative rolls.
Yeah.
But I
Be
already
right
have it
back. I'm gonna get a
from
drink.
something else, so that's iffy. If I go to 6, I get Fanatical Focus, which allows me to re-roll saving throws if I fail them while raging, once per rage.
Yeah.
So is that as good as Action Surge?
Mm. Action Surge is nice. Action Surge is real nice. Hmm. That's a real tough one, man. That really is. That's a tough one.
I love Fighter because you can get a 3 or 4 level dip in Fighter, and it is
It's useful.
amazing.
Yeah, it's really good for everybody. Like everybody benefits from taking 3 or 4 levels of fighter.
Especially with what's already kind of a DPS Paladin build.
Yeah.
Uh, that dip gives me every short rest. I can throw another 2 attacks and another fighting style, which would be probably Great Weapon Master or defensive. Because
Yeah.
at DPS tank, +1 to AC, great. Rerolling ones and twos on my 2d6 every time I hit, great. And then you
Yeah.
get into the fighting style. You pick barbarian or battle master or champion. Either way, it's glorious.
Yes.
So I mean,
Agreed.
yeah, that's what I was looking at with fighter. So what do you think on that one?
Hmm.
Getting up to 4th level spells coming out of paladin would have been really cool because adding cleric adds full levels of spell progression, not the limited levels that paladin gets.
Yeah.
And they're both divine casters. Um, War cleric has an ability where you can use your bonus action to attack every time you use an attack action, or anytime you use an attack action, once per up to your wisdom modifier per long rest.
Yeah.
So it's like action surge light.
Yeah. It's if you got a really good like I like that channel divinity one. Like that's the one of the paladins I really like, or the one of the clerics I really like running
Well,
because that is nice.
then their channel divinity is really cool. It's a straight +10 to hit on an attack.
Yeah. It's like a better guided strike.
Yeah, it really is. So that's kind of like that's really tempting.
I would say I would honestly I would say then stick with the
I think the
The
fighter
whole
might stick to the fluff of the character better, though.
yeah, I mean, as cool as it would be to add some more spells into it, I think the dip in the fighter would probably be just be your best bet.
It's fluffy. It's a little more functional for the role the character feels, which is DPS tank.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and go back to class features now that we know we don't need the wisdom, which actually works for the party because one of the dedicated casters is going to be able to throw that on them. What do you think about ability score or feat?
That one's hard. Uh,
So
feats are always really good.
the abilities are sitting at strength 20, dex 10, con 14, int 8, wisdom 10, and charisma 16.
Hmm.
So that could get us to an 18 charisma.
Yeah, which isn't bad.
Uh,
That would be very nice.
it is the casting modifier for paladins.
It is.
Or we can bump up the constitution and get more hit points. Or we can do a feat.
What are your hit points now?
89. Well, let's see. So I have added 3 levels of paladin. And do we remember what I rolled for my hit points?
I have it written down. Let me see real quick. Let me get your thing here. Okay, so for your first two levels that you did, you rolled a 6 and an 8.
All right.
So
So I need to roll one more level real quick, which is going
so
to
this
be.
will give you 13th level of paladin,
Uh, I should be
or
at
is this
12th
fighter?
level. I was 5'9". So this is a level of paladin. It will be 8 and 4.
Oh yes. I forget you're already multi-classed.
Yeah, I started multi-class. So rolling a d10, and I rolled another one. Amazing.
And what's the total level of this one?
12.
12. So this is a 6.
Alrighty. So I rolled 686, which is 26 hit points total. So I'm at 105 hit points.
No, you're forgetting your Constitution modifier.
That is with my con modifier. I started at
You should be
89.
at one. Right now, you're
115.
currently at 115.
Okay. So at 115, what do you guys think? Ability score or feat?
Hmm.
Let's look at the feet.
So the 2 feats that pop up,
Do you have Great Weapon Master yet?
I don't have Great Weapon Master yet.
I would say take Great Weapon Master.
Do you think Great Weapon Master or Heavy Armor Master?
Dude, you know you want to be able to re-roll dice.
I do. I do. I was going to take that fighting
Like
style.
that can really change, a bad roll. And since it even affects crits, it can really turn a crit around too.
Uh,
See, even Avar says you should go with feats.
it's not showing any
Damn it,
rerolls
Avar!
for Great Weapon Master.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the fighting style is the
Yeah,
re-rolls.
yeah. But this is pretty awesome,
Yeah.
taking a
Yeah,
negative
the
5 to
-5
attack.
plus 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take Great Weapon
And don't
Master.
forget, if you do crit or kill something, you get a bonus attack as a melee attack as a bonus action.
And making
A
more
lot of
attacks
people
is
forget that.
always beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Always. All right, so what do we think we're going to do for our next level?
Guys, real quick, I'm gonna go through some of the items just to give you guys an idea. And since Avar's here, he can hear this, which will be good. So this is the absolute fucking haul of items that you guys found. You guys found
Already?
a necklace of prayer beads.
Okay.
It has 4 prayer beads on it currently.
All right.
Mantle of spell resistance, manual of gainful exercise, and manual of quickness of action. So that's strength and dex.
Yeah.
Tome of clear thought and tome of understanding. So that is intelligence and wisdom. A ring of feather falling, braces of archery, broom of flying, A giant slayer great axe, amulet of health, belt of giant strength, stone giant strength, javelin of lightning, and a lantern of revealing.
That's pretty awesome.
Vince, would you do me a favor in a bit?
What's up?
Like after your character, can we look to see if I have the bracers of archery?
We can do that right now because
I can do it. I'll do it. I'll do it
okay.
right now. Yeah. So you guys
Okay,
can do
thank
that.
you.
I'll let you know.
All right, so we're gonna go for level 9 of Paladin because why not? David's right. That extra D8 damage is very tempting.
Yes, it is.
Avar, would you be opposed to me getting the Dex Tomb or manual?
Is Avar in the chat?
Yep.
Tell him to speak.
Oh, I'm wrong. You guys also got the charisma book.
Oh, I wants that one. All
He's
right.
not in the chat. He's
You may
in
have
the
to fight Kyle for that one.
Yeah.
Okay. He's skinny. I can take him.
I don't know. He's wiry.
He's wiry. I don't care how wiry you are. If I throw you 10 feet, you're not going to argue. Oh, I wish I was still that
Oh,
strong.
the dog did not like that. He
Yeah.
groaned.
All right.
Groaned at that.
So for my level 9, I rolled 8 hit points. So that's going to be.
So 10.
Yep. So we're at 125 now.
Yes, sir, you are.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's all we do for level 9 of Paladin.
I believe so.
So let's go ahead and hit that level 10 of Paladin.
So, Avar, can I have the, you all right with me getting the manual of death?
So at level 10, I get an Aura of Courage. Me and
You
friendly
already have the
creatures.
braces of archery.
Okay, someone else can have archery.
So
Remember, this is just what you guys got off that one thing. This is not every item you guys are gonna have access to.
yeah, so we can beg and plead for other stuff.
Yes. Look at it this way. You guys got enough stuff that would have lasted you to about 13th or 14th level. I would have been pretty stingy up till that point since this was such a big haul.
Yeah.
But after that, you guys would find more stuff.
Sounds fair to
I'm
me.
looking.
So I get Aura of Courage. Friendly creatures within 10 feet of me can't be frightened while I am conscious. Neither can I.
Yep. You remember that well with your last paladin, which was very nice.
And
And
here,
that really hurt me having so many vampires and other things that were trying to fear you guys.
oh,
Oh, and Avar, if you want, you can jump into the chat. You can jump into the channel and talk. You don't have to stay in the chat
yeah, hop on.
if you want. I know you got work and stuff, so.
So, as usual, my even level roll is El Crapo, another 2. So we're going to go
Yay,
with a
but
6.
Yep, it is another 6.
I guess even levels are the good ones to roll crappy on?
Yes.
There we go. All right. So that puts me at 14th level. So the real question is it worth it for the level 11, or do I want the ability score for level 4 on Fighter?
Ooh. I think the level 11 on Paladin is worth it.
Alrighty, let's do level 11 on Paladin.
That extra d8 on every attack you do, and additional 2d8 on every smite is so good.
Especially
Oh,
dipping in.
you from the chat.
I'm sorry?
I was enjoying
Kyle!
parading y'all from the chat.
Hey,
I know
buddy.
you were.
What's up? So, getting that extra D8 Radiant Smite and D8 hitting period is beautiful.
Yeah,
and I
that's
need
so
to
good.
roll level 11 for you. And here we go. Roll D10. Come on, baby, do good. That's a 6. 6 is the number today.
You're rolling above average.
Yeah. No, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I'm happy with 6s. I'll keep on taking
you got-
6s.
How many more levels do you have? 3?
3, yeah. No, I have 4. Nope, 3. 3.
Yeah. You should get 3 levels of fighter, right?
I can do 3 levels of fighter, or I could grab level 12 of paladin for an ability score.
Yeah, that's true. Because 2 levels of fighter isn't bad either.
2 levels isn't bad, so is it really worth champion or warlord, battle master?
Ooh. Well, that is definitely something to think about. The good news is you can level up a little bit more and then decide at the end.
So let's do 2 levels of fighter real quick, and then think about that last level.
Yep.
So we're going to add another class. We are qualified for absolutely nothing but fighter and blood hunter, and ironically bard.
You guys found 15 magical items in that horde.
Hey, you're in charge, buddy.
I am.
All right,
I'm the
so
one who did it.
first level fighter is kind of a beautiful place. Hit points, always nice. Proficiencies, which I'm proficient with all of that. And fighting style. So you get to pick a particular fighting style.
If you already have Great Weapon Master, a great one for you would be defense. Just to add an extra bonus to your AC.
Well, great weapon fighting would let me reroll those damage dice.
Oh, you don't have that yet?
No, remember great weapon master lets you
No. Great Weapon Fighting you should already have from Paladin or Barbarian.
I'm not sure. Let's go up and look at those fighting styles.
Barbarians don't get fighting styles? Wait. No, they don't.
Barbarians don't get fighting styles.
They don't?
And no, they don't.
Yeah, okay, yeah, they don't.
And I already have great weapon fighting, so I don't need that one.
Yeah, Paladins definitely do.
So that leaves defense, dueling, protection, 2 weapon fighting, and archery. So we can cross out 2 weapon fighting and archery right away. And it leaves defense, dueling, and protection. What do you
And
guys think?
every
But you
barbarian,
could get bracers of art.
every barbarian in the world wants to take 1 level of fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
So what do you guys think? Protection, defense, or archery? No, great weapon fighting. My bad.
You don't
Defense.
want to have matching bracers.
No, I don't want to have matching bracers. So it really comes down to defense or protection.
Aw.
What do you guys think? Defense is an AC bump, and protection is never mind, that's useless because we don't have a shield. So defense it is. That was easy,
Go defense. Yeah.
which gives me a +1 bump to AC. Now for level 2 fight. Oh, I have to roll hit points.
Yes, you do.
And it's back to that D10 again, right?
Yeah, it's still a D10. Unless you're going to level up in Barbarian, it's going to be all D10s.
I could roll like 1 level of Bard just to screw with people. There's a 1.
Oh my
Jesus.
god.
And what level is this? 15?
That's 15.
No.
That's 16.
Yeah, 16, so it's another 6.
There we go. So it's the day of sixes. Alrighty. So now on to level 2 fighter. Level 2. Great level. Pick up second wind and action surge, which really negates the need for healing a bit.
Yeah, that really helps. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the second wind is okay because it's a D10 plus 2. At your level, it's not much, but it's something. It's basically like quaffing a potion.
Yeah, but that means that's 1 potion or 1 cure wounds we don't have to cast.
Yeah.
And all right, so second level of fighter. Here's that D10. 9. I rolled good for once.
Yay!
We never changed your hit points on here. Satine?
She should have 158.
Well, yeah, we weren't able to.
No, it still had her as fixed. I'm fixing it right now.
Okay. So there we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out to Kyle and Sonia. What do you guys think? Level 3 fighter or get that ability score bump?
I say, get that bump.
That aura of courage.
I've already got Aura of
Oh,
Courage.
that's true.
Yeah, I've got 11 levels in Paladin.
So you rolled 122 hit points. So your hit points is set correctly on here at 158.
Yay!
And you guys are not. You guys are allowing her to take the manual, correct?
Yeah.
Kyle, do you agree?
Eh,
Kyle!
multi-leveling fighter isn't such a bad choice.
So you think go to level 3 for that for the archetype?
I think the archetype's less important. The second wind and action surge are most important. You only need 2 levels for those.
Yeah.
I've already got that. I'm debating between going level 12 on Paladin so I get an ability score increase, or the fighting style. Or the archetype, sorry.
Ability score increase.
You think so?
Yeah. I think the only archetype you could really go for that would be really useful, that's just having the 1 level in it, would be Battle Master, and even then it's just kind of eh.
Well,
I am incorrect about something though. The manual can take your stat above a 20,
nice. So I'm going to go with the manual of strength. Pretty please.
unless you want the belt. It's one of the two. Like Needle could either have the belt or you could have the belt. It's up
The
to
belt takes you up to strength what?
you. 23.
So I think Needle could probably use the belt more than me. He doesn't really have a whole lot of magical items equipped.
That's true.
And I'm already pretty high on magic items for attunement and equipment.
So yeah,
So I think the belt would be better for Needle if I could take the manual, if everybody's cool with that.
you guys don't have another strength-based character.
I say let him. But I want that Dex man.
I'm good with it.
Well, we already gave you the dex, and I would say executive decision. You guys should probably give the charisma one to Deanie.
Yeah, 100%.
Yay!
2 manuals
What?
is
Oh,
greedy.
my book. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, +2 charisma from the book.
and charisma is your casting modifier, right?
yeah, it is. Sorcerer. All the way, baby.
I mean, I could go champion and just get that 19 to 20 crit. With the number of attacks I'm throwing out, that might actually help.
What would you have to lose to do it?
It's that, or it's either ability score increase or archetype.
Oh, for the going to 12 or going to 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think having the 22 strength.
I've
Well,
already
no,
added
because-
20 strength, so
Yeah, and you'll be at a 22 with the manual.
yeah.
Mm.
It would
I
the
mean,
ability score would be either Constitution or Charisma.
I'd say your charisma is pretty good already.
It's already a 16.
Truth be told, if you're throwing out mostly smites, then you don't need to worry about your charisma too much.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. My
Yeah.
charisma is already an 18.
So yeah, then I would definitely not worry about that. Then I would take the extra level of fighter.
I mean, the only place it would really go
Fighter.
would be Constitution to get those
Yeah.
extra 18 hit points.
Yeah.
And I don't think 18 hit points is worth the fighting style. So, I mean, 20 charisma is nice, but I don't think
Doesn't
that's...
help you very much.
You know, it's a +1 to some damaging spells, and it's a +1 to the healing if I need to be healing. But if I
Yeah.
need to be healing, we're in trouble.
That's very true.
Would level 12 do anything for paladin spellcasting? That's the other question.
Let me see. I need to buy me a new mouse.
Before we finalize this level 3. If you don't mind having a short cabled mouse, I have one you can have.
Yeah, I need to buy one at some point because I definitely need to get me something for
I mean,
it.
I'm not using it. I'll just
For
give it to you.
doesn't do anything for spells. All it is the ability score improvement.
Okay.
If you need a mouse, I could give you my old mouse, my old Razer. The middle mouse clicker doesn't work, but it's a good mouse.
But that's the whole reason. Like now that I know that I can click on stuff and open a link in a separate page, that's all I do with my time.
Oh, okay.
I know, right?
So, we'll go ahead and take that 3rd level of fighter. Here comes the hit points. Please let it be good.
Right.
And it's a 7,
Okay.
which is good. I accept that. And
Oh, hold on. I missed your 9. Give me a sec.
yeah,
Plus another 9. You're. Oh, nice. You got the sexiest hit points in the party.
169.
That's right.
Hell yeah. All right, so we've got a couple options for fighter types. There is the need to be approved material, Cyanite and Rune Knight. Let's look at that and see if that's
I would
horrifying.
honestly say champion is probably going to be your best bet.
I don't know. Rune Knights are kind of cool.
Let me check them out. Are they UA?
They are UA.
Let's stay away from UA for now,
Okay,
as they're going to be absurdly broken for a while.
sounds good. That also leaves the Echo Knight, which I have no idea what that does, and I kind of just want to look at it because I like reviewing stuff.
Oh yeah, they're new. Yeah, they are new.
New legit, I take it.
Yeah, they're legit. They're out of the uh, Wild Mount guide.
This is kind of cool. So you can make an Echo of yourself
Yep.
that has an AC of 14 plus your proficiency bonus. So at 18th level, I think that's a 20 AC. And immunity to all
Yeah.
conditions. It uses your saves. It's the same size as you and occupies the same space. You can mentally command it to move up to 30 feet, and it can do the following actions. As a bonus action, you can teleport, swapping places with it at the cost of 15 feet of your movement, regardless of the distance between you. When you make an attack action, you can have that action originate from your space or the Echo's space.
Fluff wise, this is more like using your own shadow to assist you.
Yeah,
I don't know if you'd want to do that.
I'm just reading it. I've already gotten to the point where this isn't really this character.
Yeah, I mean it's freaking cool as hell.
And then you can use your if you can see a creature within 5 feet of your Echo and it moves away from your Echo, you can make opportunity attacks with it. You can
And
also
you have Unleash Incarnation, which is nice. You can get an extra attack from your
Echo. Yeah,
but and you can do it. You'd be able to do it twice per day.
up to your con modifier. So that's actually pretty cool.
They are really cool.
I don't think it fits the fluff of the character. I think you guys probably agree with me on that one.
Yeah, I don't think it fits the fluff, to be honest.
So I'm going to look at Eldritch Knight real quick. Spell
I always
casting.
find that one to be disappointing.
Yeah, I don't really. I think they need to buff the Eldritch Knight like they did the Beastmaster Ranger.
Like all the cool stuff is way too many levels deep. I'm sorry, but 3 levels just to get just 1 level spellcasting? Nah, no, thank you.
Level
Yeah.
1 spells and summoning my weapon. No, that's
Summoning weapon, that's like 6th level. That's what I'm getting at. That's
No.
the cool thing.
weapon bond comes at 3rd level.
Is that where you immediately get the ability to summon it?
If it's
Yeah.
on the same plane, you can summon it as a bonus action.
Then perhaps, yeah, I must be thinking of the cantrip as offhand attack or spell as offhand attack.
Probably.
Yeah, 7th level, you get that as an action. You can cast a cantrip and attack as a bonus action.
Which would be really cool, but we only have 3 levels of fighter and we'll never get 7 because we're 18.
No, impossible to get 7 at this point because 20 is max level.
Bladecaster. Let's see what that is. This is kind of cool. So you get Armor of the Ancients. You get resistance to any of the elements in your repertoire, otherwise known as Ice, Fire, Lightning, Holy, and Necrotic. And whenever you take damage from one of those elements, you can roll d4 and add your con modifier. It negates, that's what you can negate from it. So,
This is going to sound weird, and we've already had one of these in our last campaign, but I think Cavalier would be really freaking good for Torian.
you think so?
The Born in the Saddle thing isn't the best for you because you're not really probably going to focus on that because any mount that you take in at this point will most likely die from an area of effect spell.
Yeah.
But you do get unwavering mark, which you're just no, like things aren't allowed to move around you.
Okay.
And anything else that it wants to attack that isn't you when it's marked has disadvantage.
D&D has never been kind to mounts that didn't come from a class feature,
That's
ever.
yeah. I was about to say that's not true, but you added the class feature thing. Yeah, paladins, their old mounts were amazing
But
in freaking
not so much
second and
now.
first edition. Yeah, I would say cavalier is really good for you. Battlemaster is always good. They're fun, and champion is always good because that, like you said, you're gonna have a lot of attacks. Having an additional 5% crit chance is really good.
All right. So what do you guys think?
Or you could do samurai, but I don't think that fits the fluff.
Samurai doesn't fit the fluff, and it honestly I think it's kind of underwhelming.
Oh, hold on. Let me check out Purple Dragon Knight real quick.
Alrighty, bouncing over to Purple Dragon Knife so we can all see what you guys are looking at.
Oh
So
yeah, dude, this one would be good too.
the restriction for the background is knighthood. I think I do have
Which
that
you would be
background.
because you're of noble birth.
Uh, I get to pick when I can use second wind.
Yep, you get to do up to 3 creatures within 60 feet of you, and they regain hit points equal to your fire level, which is only 3, but they got to
That's
be able
not
to see
bad.
or hear you. If they're unconscious and can hear you, you could bring them up to health with that.
So that's not bad.
Not bad at all.
It's a little bit of bonus healing. It's once per short rest. Um, let's look at Battle Master. So there are the maneuvers, and I think this is actually kind of a cool maneuver, especially since Torian has a high charisma.
Yeah,
So I could use my bonus action to make, say, needle attack,
yeah.
and getting a free attack from needle is kind of a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, well, you would lose one of your attacks, but I mean, you still get to attack, and he gets to attack, and add superiority to the damage roll. That could be really good.
Would I lose one of my attacks?
Yeah. You can forego one of your attacks and use your bonus action to hit one of
Ah,
your companions. So if you have 2 attacks, you still get 1 attack, but then your ally gets hit with 1 attack as well.
fair enough. I don't know. Let's go
That's
for
really good if you go full fighter. If you go full fighter, because then you're like 20th level, you got 4
4
attacks.
attacks. So you use 3 of yours, and then make the super nasty barbarian take a shot.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna throw this one out to the voices in the group. What do you think, Sonia?
Hmm.
Are we gonna champion it, or are we gonna battle master it? I think Purple Dragon Knight's nice, but it's not quite.
Yeah. It's good, but it's not. It'd be better if you were a full fighter.
And I think I don't have
Mm.
quite the AC and the hit points to really anchor the line
Oh,
uh,
like Rotmir did.
like
Yeah.
Grotmore did. I think
Yeah.
if I'm going Cavalier and pulling that much attention, I'm gonna drop.
Well, you did take your other fighting style as defense, right?
But that puts me at a 20 AC.
Yeah,
Rotmir
so
had
not
like a
bad.
24
Yeah,
and
yeah.
more
But he
hit
was
points.
like built for that. Well, that's all he was. He was
Yeah,
just hit points and armor class. That was his whole
he
character.
was a defensive. He was a defense tank. As a
Yep.
DPS tank, I'm not sure I want to pull that much hate.
I say champion.
You think champion?
Critting on 19 is really sexy.
Yep.
Kyle, what do you think?
You might as well go with champion if you're gonna go with any of them.
You don't like Battlemaster?
No, I do like Battlemaster, but at that point, once again, with all the attacks you could be throwing out, like you said, you could take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing quite as many attacks as a full fighter would be because I'm only at 2 a turn instead of 3, but and I have 4 superiority dice wouldn't be bad. Oh, this is a tough choice, guys. David, you think champion
Hmm.
or do you
I
think
think
Battlemaster?
for sake of ease, champion is amazing. The thing about Battlemaster is I think it's much better when you get higher up and your dice increase in size.
Yeah.
I think that's when it gets really, really good.
So the big ones I was looking at were Commander Strike, and then Evasive Footwork, and I was gonna just kind of guess on the third one. But the Evasive Footwork was the big one because as long as I make a 5-foot move, I would be able to add my superiority die to my AC.
Yeah, that's really nice. Like if you know you're gonna take a bunch of attacks of opportunity.
So for 3 rounds, I could really either hold the aggro just by moving within the threat range, or if I really need a breakthrough attacks of opportunity, I can do that.
Dini
Yeah.
can do that. Mobility is a fun feat.
That's why I'm glad we're keeping the.
And precision attack is really nice if you really want to make sure you hit with one of your smites.
So, or I could also use precision attack in conjunction with Great Weapon Master
Yeah.
for that plus 10 damage and negate some of the.
Yeah, it's -5, but roll a d8 and add it to that. So
Yeah, so odds are it'll be like -1, which for plus 10 ain't bad.
no, not bad at all. -1 for +10. I'd take it.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? Kyle, you saying Battlemaster or Champion?
Oh, dude, you gotta go Battlemaster because you need to take Rally.
What does Rally do?
You give one creature temporary hit points equal to your superiority die roll plus your charisma modifier.
Okay.
That's pretty nice.
That just sounds like something Torian would do, yelling at somebody.
Get up and get in the fight.
Yeah, like, come on,
All right.
you can do it.
So David thinks definitely Battlemaster. What do you think, Kyle? Did we lose the Kyle?
Well, you've got me while I'm distracted.
Oh, okay. So, Sonia, you think Battlemaster or Champion?
I like them both, but David is right for fluff wise. The rally would be very Torian.
All right, Battlemaster it
I'm trying to
is.
remember, like,
Yeah. My problem is like champion is that 19 to 20 crit is so good they could not give them anything else.
Yeah.
It'd just be broken. So, but it's that like it's an extra +5% chance to crit, but that may not come up often, or it could come up all the time.
Yeah, it's if we run into puzzles, oh
Oh,
well.
see, you got battle mustard from Sally.
Battle Mustard? All right, Sally. We're going to
Battle Mustard. I love it.
Battle mustard it is.
So we're going to go with Rally, Evasive Footwork, because that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and precision attack.
You think Precision Attack for the third one, not Commander
Oh
Strike?
hell yeah, dude! To negate your great weapon attack.
Alrighty. You don't think any of the other ones are worth looking at?
No, I would have said maybe parry over evasive footwork, but I mean you want to be moving around if you need to. So evasive footwork can affect every attack you take in a turn,
Yeah.
while parry is just one.
Well, and parry doesn't even add to your AC. It's damage reduction.
True, but I mean damage reduction. I mean,
At
it's
it,
pretty good.
I think at 18th level, adding a superiority die
You have
period.
no dex
Yeah.
either, so yeah, never mind.
So Rally, Evasive work, and wow, that's not English at all.
Not even a little.
All right, and I get proficiency with one set of artisan's tools. Smith's tools. That seems like Torian.
Yep, sounds like something he would do.
Alrighty, so that should be it. Did I roll my last level of fighter for hit points?
You did.
Well,
You wound up at 169 hit points.
there we go.
He should have a magic keg.
So your rolled hit points for I already changed Sonia's. For yours, you
Alright.
can go ahead and set them at 133.
So let's go and walk this through. Where do I go for rolled hit points? Just
Go back to your
race.
no, go back to the very beginning of your character to home, and make sure
Home.
you're on manual hit points.
I am on fixed, so we shall go to manual.
Yep, and then go to
Confirm.
class and hit manage hit points.
Class, manage HP. So rolled is
133.
133. Apply. It's on
That should put you at
override.
169, right?
It was on override, so now it is on 169.
Okay, there you go.
All right. I think that finishes up our character creation. So
Well,
was
for this set,
Yeah, for
anyways.
yeah.
these two. Oh, since I mean, this already took us an hour and a half just for these two characters.
Yeah.
So I wanted to split it up a bit, and
Oh yeah.
really kind of dig into it, and just helps out, with a little extra content. You guys have some decisions to make on how you're going to split up some of these items. I don't think anyone, especially since you're giving the belt of giant strength to a needle, I don't think anyone's going to have a problem with you taking the manual of exercise.
Okay.
And then you guys have, you guys will have some leeway with other magical items that you guys want to barter for, and you guys can use some of your other magical items, to help barter for that stuff. That we're gonna be having a lot of conversations because this needs to be an optimized party, or you guys are gonna die.
And when you say that, it really freaks me out.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Right?
this is built upon this theme and tone, and yeah, I'm real excited about it because it's gonna be pretty scary. I mean, it's very very dangerous.
All right, let's do it, man. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So, for this bartering you speak of, is there any things we should be looking at or not looking at?
Well, you guys know the items that you got from that. Everything else I haven't really thought about. So this is a way for you to try to get like, hey, I don't have magical armor, or hey, my weapon is still only a +1 at level 18. Stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of
But
where
if
I
you
was
have some
thinking.
extra stuff, like you're like, I don't care about the lantern of revealing. If you guys are like, we don't care about the amulet of health, whatever, what have you.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds good, man. So, is there anything else we want to say to people before we sign off for tonight?
Oh, well, I think that's it from my end. We will be Wednesday at 7:30. I know we typically start at 7, but 7:30 helps us like this. It's actually kind of weird that it's easier to get everybody together in person at 7 and harder to get everybody, on their computer at 7. So weird, but that's just the way it works out. We will
Yes, sir.
have Joe this time. So do we want to? I gotta talk to Joe. I gotta see if he wants to really run the character that he created, which I know he's gonna want to do, or if we can convince him to run a zombie.
Clarice.
I really want to convince him to run Clarice, but I think
I
he's
re-
going to go with that character he's got.
yeah, I know he really wants to play the character that he made because it's really cool. But I really, really hope I can convince him to play Clarice.
Alrighty,
Exactly.
guys. Well, if we don't have anything else, you want to talk us out, David?
I think that's going to be it. I don't think there's any of the other channels that we follow that are currently streaming, so we don't need to rate anybody.
All right.
Well, no, because Sally is wonderful and in our chat right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never really get too many people watching these, but the people tend to show up a lot to our Wednesday games. But by the
Yep.
time we finish, there's no one to rate on Wednesday night because we're usually finished around 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Well, here's an idea. Why don't we look at whoever rated us last week and see if they're on before we start?
They are not. Oh, yes, yes. But currently, no one that rated us last week is currently on.
I was thinking, why don't we get on about 10, 15 minutes early and give them a raid before we start streaming on Wednesday?
We could do that. Watch for a few minutes. Try to get pump their numbers a little bit before we come back into our own.
Yeah, let's look at doing that.
Yeah, yeah. So somebody streaming, we'll try that then. We'll try to do that for them. All right.
And
And
yes,
yes,
Sally, you
Sally.
are wonderful.
I was about to say yes, Sally. You are wonderful.
Alrighty. Well, if you want to say goodbye for us, buddy.
Yeah, guys. Want to thank you all for joining us tonight. I know this was what?
Remember the giveaway.
Oh, yes. I know. Well, the people who are currently watching, you guys know that Limitless Adventures is going to be giving away some more books this coming Wednesday when we finish up the Escape from the Roaring Mines. So if you guys want a second chance to win something, definitely get in the chat. And we had a bunch of new people win stuff. So I mean, people who just started, like, just followed us that day. we had a bunch of them win. So that's pretty freaking cool. So guys, make sure you join us on Wednesday. Make sure you're in the chat and see. Try to stay to our break so that way you have a chance to win those one of those PDFs. They are fantastic. I really love mine. What or book? Yeah, you could win a physical book, which is like $60. So that's pretty freaking good. Uh, so guys, I think that's gonna go ahead and do it. Remember, Wednesday's right around the corner. And from us dudes to you dudes, remember to keep rolling dice. Good night, everybody.